Mikhail Gorbachev, who ended the Cold War, dies aged 92. Agencies.
Here's a summary of the article.
Moscow, August 30. Mikhail Gorbachev, who ended the Cold War without bloodshed but failed to prevent the collapse of the Soviet Union, died on Tuesday at the age of 91, Russian news agencies cited hospital officials as saying. Gorbachev, the last Soviet president, forged arms reduction deals with the United States and partnerships with Western powers to remove the Iron Curtain that had divided Europe since World War II and bring about the reunification of Germany. The protests fueled aspirations for autonomy in the 15 republics of the Soviet Union, which disintegrated over the next 2 years in chaotic fashion. Gorbachev struggled in vain to prevent that collapse. On becoming General Secretary of the Soviet Communist Party in 1985, aged just 54, he had set out to revitalize the system by introducing limited political and economic freedoms, but his reforms spun out of control. Many Russians never forgave Gorbachev for the turbulence that his reforms unleashed, considering the subsequent plunge in their living standards too high a price to pay for democracy. After visiting Gorbachev in hospital on June 30, liberal economist Ruslan Grinberg told the Armed Forces news outlet Zvezda, "He gave us all freedom, but we don't know what to do with it."
This post received a score of 75,000, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
It's a sad day for our Gorbachev alive check.
Holy shit, it's an active sub.
Not anymore. Approximately 870 members. Greater than 3000 online. It might stay active. Like that Twitter account that keeps updating us. Michael Jackson is still dead.
The Reagan one that gets a billion upvotes every time it posts is my fave.
For anyone else who's curious.
I don't think most people realize he was 20 years younger than Reagan.
I don't think most people realized he was still alive.
I don't think most people realize he wrote a book 2 years ago called, What is at Stake Now? My Appeal for Peace and Freedom, in 2020, where he advocated for further demilitarization of Russia and pushed for the dismantling of hostilities with Ukraine.
I'm ashamed to admit I didn't know that. I still have Perestroika in my library, which I bought in 1987.
I wanted to get it signed by him. Sadly, that was an impossibility.
Even harder now.
Well, not with that attitude. People are doing more weird things than that. With corpses.
Go on.
It's how I've built most of my collection. Literally 4 hours ago I searched up his name. My God.
Search Putin.
Praying it works again.
The last 10 times I saw his name in a headline, my reaction was close to, he's still alive? Guess that's over.
That was my reaction when he praised the show Chernobyl. I thought, he's still alive.
It seems like the USSR was forever ago, but it was really just a little over 30 years ago it collapsed.
And he got to see it thrown back into a war, dictatorship after its brief stint with democracy.
This implies the Yeltsin years were even remotely democratic.
Democracy, in the 90s, was a smokescreen for a fire sale of all state-owned assets. But say what you will about Yeltsin, that guy was funny as shit. Somehow managed to get off the White House property in the middle of the night in his underwear looking for pizza.
Helped create a Pizza Hut in Russia and died seeing Pizza Hut leave Russia. RIP.
Never forget.
The only man to out Pizza the Hut. May he rest.
They finally got him. Rip in pepperoni.
Dagnabit, now I wanna go hunt some buffalo.
His Wikipedia page has already been edited to past tense. The internet ninjas are fast.
There are literally people who just do that all day. I was more just making the point that there's essentially deep competition for these things, especially big ones like this. I don't know my wiki etiquette very well, but I'd imagine that as long as someone makes an accurate and well-written contribution, that it's inappropriate to just write over it in your own words so your name can be attached. This means the very popular pages have editors, creators that are both very well spoken and adept enough to type a whole section in a page in no time. Edit, because of my twitchy thumb hitting submit way too soon.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.